I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Ooh, we have Brentilda the fairy here, and now this is important. This is an important woman for our playthrough. So we basically need to talk to her, because she's going to give us advice on how to beat the old hag by giving us all of her disgusting secrets.
Okay.
Which you do need to remember. Yeah, you need to keep finding her, and she has 3 different ones every single time you meet her. So you basically... And every new playthrough, they're different. So you do have to find her, write these down, or in the case of me, I can just use video editing and look back at what I've already found. But there we go. Grunty brushes her rotten teeth with salted slug-flavoured toothpaste. She also washes her hair with rancid milk. Yuck. Yuck indeed. Yuck. And she gets her clothes from the trash can. And there we go. So, yeah, every time we see her, we have to talk to her 3 times to get Gruntilda's nasty little secrets out.
Why doesn't she go off and fight her?
Well, she'd probably... I don't know, she's weak, maybe? I don't know.
She has a wand, I mean.
But then again, Grunty has other sisters as well, who would seem to be just as evil as Grunty herself, so maybe that's why.
Is there? No.
Yeah, although they don't appear until Banjo-Tooie. So, and they don't really do anything in Banjo-Tooie now that I think about it either, they just sort of exist. So, I don't know. Anyway, running down here, we'll find our first magic cauldron. If you find 2 of these, they basically serve as warp pipes? Well, I guess warp pipes. Between each other in this castle. So, you know, if you get higher up in the castle and you find another purple one, you can jump in there and get teleported to this area. It's a nice little speed running thing to get around quicker.
Huh.
Which is kind of nice. There's a warp system in Banjo-Tooie that I much prefer. Because you basically have pads, kind of like this one by here, which we can't use in the second game. And you get a list of areas then you can teleport to, so it's a little bit more handy in that regard. But yeah, let's head to the next world. Ooh. And the next world is right over there. We're not going there yet. I want to go down here. I can't remember if there's anything here we can get yet. But the next world's one of my favorite because it's all pirate themed. It's all beachy.
The one with the crab.
Yeah, the one with the crab that you couldn't beat for the life of you, and you're probably going to slap yourself silly when you watch me fight it. But
among other things, like it was really hard to navigate.
I don't know. I think that's quite a simple stage to be honest. But Grunty's nickname was Hog Breath at witch school. I also know that putrid parrot puke is her favourite smell.
Pardon?
How specific. Your butt will tell you, and you'll know when my boot swings to and fro.
What?
Okay, I don't know. And the old hag's favourite colour is dung brown. Lush. Absolutely lush. And again, those things are randomized every playthrough, so, you know, every time you load up a new save file, well, not load up a new... Start a new save file, I should say. You will have to seek her out and look. I'm probably gonna just guess on the final area where you need this knowledge. Because you do need this knowledge, believe it or not. I'm not gonna spoil quite why yet, because John here actually doesn't know. And like maybe the 5% of people on YouTube who haven't played this game don't know. So it's probably even less than 5%. Lots of people play this game. But into the next world, a treasure, a Trove Cove. Beautiful.
Huh.
I love the music in the stage as well. It's so calming. Right, do you remember Snacker the Shark?
Yeah, I remember that bastard too.
Alright, I'm gonna show you how to do this properly. Done it. You took like lucky. You took 10 minutes on that.
That was a lucky one.
But anyway, I actually want to get hit by Snacker because I absolutely love his dialogue. Just because of get fucked, crab. Just because he the way my brain interprets what he says, it's just as amusing because I always interpret with a certain voice. So it's like, yippee, Snacker gets dessert too. Oh, if I stand into him. Lovely. I don't know why. I've always just envisioned that voice with him. It's
I'll go with that.
well, it's a beautiful voice. It's an absolutely beautiful voice. But there we go. We have red feathers, which basically mean we can fly. I mean, not yet. We do need to learn how to, but yeah, we can fly in this world, which is very fun. Can take a little getting used to if you don't know how the flying mechanics really work, but it is fun. But how say we take care of this big crab called Nipper? Nip the old Nipper. Oh, I see you at the bottom of the screen. You can piss right off. Yeah, go on, out of here. Go, shoo, bye.
He's
go
called help.
He's just like, I'm gonna get you as soon as this cutscene ends. I'm a-waiting for you. I'm a-waiting. I'm not waiting for you. You're gonna boop. There you go. Die. Right, let's take care of Nipper here. So, he goes a few times. Then you bip him. Walk back a little bit. Repeat. Done.
There's nothing like that when I played it.
Well, I tried to explain to you when you played that there is a pattern, but like he goes literally 4 claps and then he stops. But then you kept throwing your face at the wall basically. I mean, it worked over time. You did eventually beat him. Not the ideal method of beating him, but it did work.
There we go. I guess.
Ow. Alright, okay. Can you die, please? There we go. Oh, that's annoying.
He comes back though if you like leave there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does come back if you leave him. So you
Where is he now then?
I'm
I'm the guy with all the questions.
Right. See those cracks?
Yeah.
He went through there.
All
there
right.
you go. There you go. Science! But
Works,
Jamie,
I guess.
he's not big. He's too big to go through those
Ah.
Shut up! I don't care. That's
Why is
my
his
logic.
shell like a TARDIS?
You see, now those are the real questions. Maybe he's friends with the Doctor. Maybe he knows the Doctor. In which case, why is he evil? Because I don't think anybody would be evil after meeting the Doctor. He's such a friendly fellow. Well, I guess it depends on the version of the...
It does.
Lovely. Oh, hey, the bastard whacked me with his tail as well. That just adds insult to injury.
You mean a fin?
Fin, tail, same thing. Pudding, pudding.
Shark Tale's a film.
Yeah, it is a film. Didn't Will Smith do the voice of the the main character in that?
Can't recall.
It's been so long since I've seen it, so it's doesn't. I'm not sure. I think so though. I do remember whenever I think about sharks in movies, though, my mind immediately always jumps to like, oh fuck, what's the film? Finding
Jaws?
Nemo. No, you would think Jaws. You would think it would be that, but that's not. The logical choice isn't the one I go with. No, Finding Nemo with Bruce. Hello, my name's Bruce. Fish are friends, not food. That's the closest impression I'm gonna ever do to Bruce. But run up here, and it's a ginger. Ooh. Now, one thing that I want to point out right now, okay? You see how you can
There's a
see those
skull over
notes? Yeah, I'll grab that later. But you see how you can see those notes floating, like, way in the distance over on that dotty platform over there?
Yeah.
If I was playing the N64 version, you wouldn't be able to see them.
Oh.
The draw distance is much lower than the N64 version. Another reason why this version is a better one to play, because it just... Well, you can see everything.
Yeah.
This is your big chat. It's chicken legs. Chicken legs? How dare you? Chickens have
I think
very...
he's talking to Chewie.
Yeah, talking to Tui. Why, he's talking to the sequel? The guy's... The
Kazooie.
bird... Kazooie, there you go. I'm gonna talk to the sequel. Oh, lordy. Alright, so now we can fly. Which, it can take a little getting used to, because it's floaty. I mean, it makes sense, you're fucking flying. But, you know, once you get the hang of the controls, then it's kind of, you know, you can do some neat stuff, I suppose.
I got caught in the teeth.
Oh, yeah, these chests are fucking pain in the ass, because the hitbox of the teeth are a lot bigger than you expect.
Why you're making it out?
Yeah. By the way, Grunty there, she says you collected this one treasure, and so now I'll make the game harder. Why would she arbitrarily only make the game harder if I picked up that one treasure chest? Nothing else, just that one Jiggy, she says, I'll make the game harder now. Ah.
So I'm an off day.
Yeah, maybe. Although, fun fact, she never actually changes the difficulty. No matter what, difficulty is stagnant throughout this game. It's just exactly the same, pretty much.
Are you sure?
No matter. Well, it does raise in difficulty, but you know what I mean. It's no matter what you do, nothing's gonna change how the game runs. You know.
You're now on ludicrous mode.
Well, now we need to pick up 2 of these to get to Captain Blubber. I actually completely skipped talking to Blubber, but because I know what to do, I can just grab him and give it to him immediately. So, yoink. Alright, there's one, and let's go down here. And there's the other.
Yeah, that was a tricky thing to find.
Yeah, it's a little tricky as well if you don't understand the swimming mechanics, because they are very, dated, I think a good word for them are. You know, like back in the day, I hated swimming in this game because I just couldn't do it. As you can tell, I've gotten the hang of it over the years, but, oi. The swimming in this game is a tricky beast. Alright, there we go. Here's your treasure. Ah, me treasure. Thank you, mate hearties. Take this as a reward. I'm off to spend, yar. And, yeah. Yeah, that's, I got nothing. He goes to spend. Wait, did I pick up the mumbo token up here? Yeah, I did. Sometimes I have to have a double check to make sure I picked something up because my brain doesn't remember. You know how it goes.
Quite.
Rather. Fun fact as well, you see that island over there?
The one you just came from, isn't it?
No, the one I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
That isn't there normally in the N64 version or the Xbox version.
Alright, that's why.
In the N64 version, you need a cheat code to activate this island. And on the Xbox version, you need to own and have Banjo-Tooie on your hard drive to have this island pop up.
That's a weird thing.
Because there's collectibles in there.
Yeah, and this one they just put it there. They just left it in this one.
Yeah, well, they put it in because the collectibles actually tie into the sequel. So if you get these collectibles, they actually carry across to the second game, which means you can get items. I don't actually know if because I know in the N64 version, once you picked up the special collectibles, that's it. They're on every save file. So let me check. Yeah, okay, I've already got them all. So I won't be able to show them off in this playthrough because that's annoying. But yeah, you can get each of these items, and these will tie into the second game. I will say where to pick these up when I get to the areas, though. So you know, even though you don't see me physically pick them up, I will explain. Here you go for this item. So you're not so. Yeah, so it'll be a bit easier. So one of the locations for one of those eggs is in that island. So I'll show that off as the last thing we do on this island, you know, on this level. But now we get the high jump spring thing, which basically means you land on one of these pads, hold down the A button, and we shoot to the stars. Like a beautiful bird brain is meant to. There we go. Perfect. Let's hop down here first, and there's shit in this bucket. There we go. And now, because I did that, Leaky here will... That's the name of the bucket, by the way. We'll get rid of the water, and we activate this area, which any aficionados of Banjo-Kazooie will know very well, because this sandcastle is where you go to enter your cheat codes. So, and you have to come in here anyway, because there's notes and stuff in here, and we do need to solve a little bit of a puzzle, which, as you can see, says Banjo-Kazooie in the rule, right?
Yeah, I got that one before.
Yeah, so it's basically this. It's very simple. You just find the letter and write down Banjo-Kazooie in order. Where's the J?
As long as you can read it, I guess.
Yeah, where's the J? There it is, all the way up here. I mean, you know, it can be a little tricky if you can't find the right letters, but you know, they give you more than enough time. Z. There we go. Here's the Z.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh.
There is actually multiplayer in Banjo-Tooie as well.
Alright.
So the multiplayer isn't in the main game, unless you get an emulator and just hack it in because it was planned for the main game, which I want to do. But I don't know if the Xbox version has online play. If the Xbox version of Banjo-Tooie has online play, I'd have to look it up. But would you be willing to cover that at some point when we actually do Banjo-Tooie? Because we are going to do Banjo-Tooie for the channel eventually.
Have a look.
It'd be fun. But then again, you'll need to own a copy, so worst case scenario, I'll probably just buy you it. I mean, Banjo-Tooie's a good game, so. Alright. Actually, I was going to go to this area last, but fuck it, I might as well go there now. It's right here. Oh, piss off, Snacker! No! No! Go back to Jaws, you bastard! Ah, you can't get me now. You're behind a box. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's weird.
You. Ha 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 ha. Turn into like Mandoc. Ah ha 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 ha. But anyway,
no.
This is where we go for the egg. So basically, those egg items, I will go into more detail probably either later into the playthrough or in the next game whenever we tackle that sometime in the next 10 years. Because God knows when we'll get to it. But these items have an interesting history behind them.
They're pretty innovative back in the day, man.
Yeah, it was meant to carry over on the original N64 cartridge, but they cancelled that feature. No!
Oh.
Because what that feature basically made it so kids had to essentially rip out the cartridge as the N64 loaded up.
Alright.
And swap Banjo-Kazooie to Banjo-Tooie in real time.
God.
And as you can imagine, both Nintendo didn't like that because that could break consoles. And there we go. The egg would be up here. It's gone though. So it could break consoles. And in a Nintendo 64 revision that happened, they removed the amount of time that the console stores memory. So they basically made this feature that Rare planned completely unusable anyway. So it's basically just a neat little bit of history that they only really integrated in the Xbox version, and it doesn't really add much in the Xbox version. Like the most you get is like maybe one ability that you can get normally in the N64 version anyway, and a gamer tag, you know, gamer picture even, not gamer tag.
Here he comes.
Yeah, he's around you somewhere, the bastard. Oh, you can piss off, you fucking bellend.
He's hungry.
I don't care how hungry he is. I'm hungry too.
I am actually quite peckish.
Ooh. It wasn't that long ago I ate either. This is the worst. But then again, I didn't eat much. I had like some bacon, like a few slices of bacon, I'd say. Right. Anywho, time to collect onwards. Okay, that was me being a derp. You know, sometimes I find that more annoying in platforming, though. You know, when you're about to make a jump and you just miss the jump and it screws you over, that I tend to find more annoying. Especially if there's a lower area, so you have to work your way back up, you know? So in some games, I actually prefer to just flat out die if I miss a jump because it's quicker. Actually, I'm actually very surprised like Banjo-Kazooie 1 has lives, extra life system. Because it's really not needed, you know? And I think the developers realized this as well, because Banjo-Tooie got rid of extra lives entirely. Like, they're not. They just got rid of them. Because in this type of game, they don't need them. You know, you do not need them in this type of game. Because it's all about exploring. And in the process of exploring, you're going to die a lot, you know? Shit.
Well.
So you're going to die a lot, you're going to jump down pits, you know? It's just going to happen. So it's a bit annoying that there's a live system here. Especially considering there's a certain level later on in the game that's a pain in the bloody ass called Rusty Bucket Bay. And if you know anybody who's played Banjo growing up, they'll have memories of dying on that level. Every Banjo player has memories of dying on Rusty Bucket Bay.
Alright.
That's all I'm gonna say about it for now, because that's a level we're gonna see way later in the playthrough. That's like a couple of hours later, you know.
I say the level is a couple of hours. Like what?
No, the level might take an hour to complete, maybe, but it won't, or half an hour. I don't know. Usually the levels in this game take me about between 15 minutes to an hour, depending. You know.
Alright.
Like this level usually takes me around 30 to 40 minutes, give or take. I don't know how long we've been in it right now, because we kind of, I don't know, I haven't been going that fast in this game. Let me have a look. There you go, we've been in this for 15 minutes.
Oh, that's handy, you got a timer.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really needed, but it is kind of cool. Actually, I wonder, does it have a full game timer? Let me have a look. I actually don't know. Yeah, okay. We've been playing this for 40 minutes. That's really cool. I like that.
You just found out.
Yeah, I had no idea there was a full game timer.
Okay.
I knew the game tracked your time because it shows up on your save screen, but I didn't know you could actually check it out in at all, so that's pretty cool. I always feel so tense jumping in and out of these things.
Yeah, you're waiting.
Ah, boss it.
If it was me, I would have gone for it.
Well, that's probably why you kept getting nibbled by the bloody
really?
things. You need to take your time. You need to chillax. You know?
I mean, this is...
Well, this game isn't a game that's meant for being blasted through mega fast, you know, anyway. So it's meant to be quite a chill game for the most part.
Yeah.
Granted, it doesn't stop you from breaking the game in two if you want to speedrun. But, I mean, this isn't Doom where it encourages speedrunning. Actually, I see that. Doom actually it kind of encourages exploration a lot as well, so... Right, anyway. Boom! Ground pound these, and follow the arrows. And the game expects you to fly, basically, to the next arrow. I'm not doing that, because I don't need to. Instead, I'm going to go around behind here. Because there is a Jiggy hidden right back in this sneaky little alcove.
Yeah, I found that one as it goes.
I do remember you walking past it a good few times, which did drive me mad in the video when you streamed it. But,
I was looking for something, I think.
It's like, ooh, it's something here. I'm like, finally, he's found the alcove.
Walks past it.
Yeah, actually, you did walk past that one Jiggy in the mountaintop that I picked up earlier, like 8 times. So, and after I screamed at you, it's right there. You're like, where? I don't see it.
Like where?
Oh, yeah. Oop. Alright, oh god, I want to run up the side here because it's a little easier. There we go. It can be a little. Yeah, it can be a little bit junky to pick up those music notes if you're not doing it that way. So it's easier for me.
Not bad.
Beautiful. B-E-A, beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. Yes! Another Jiggy is mine. I said I was really enthusiastic for that one. I don't know why.
I remember trying to get down. It took me a bit because the controls I just couldn't really.
Yeah, I don't blame you with that. The controls are like I'm able to control this pretty much perfectly now underwater. But that wasn't always the case. So you have my sympathies when you try to get there. Because it's very, I guess, heavy. I suppose. Really, is that a good term for it?
Yeah, it looks like you're doing it quite easy, but...
Well, I am doing it quite easy, but again, I have 20 years of practice backing me up on this, so, you know, all this sort of stuff, it just doesn't bother me at all. Whoop! Oh god, I almost ran straight into the mine. That would be not cool.
Be different.
It's like, oh, what's this thing? Bang! Oh no!
Made in China. Wait, what?
Made in China. Oh god. Oh god.
That's not good.
Well, I don't know, man. China makes everything.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
like I think literally every piece of technology I have in this house, I can probably say made in China. Except my mixer that I use for my microphone. That's actually made in Germany, I think. But apart from that, you know.
they're a large exporter.
At least I'm assuming it's made in Germany because it's, I think it's a German name. Behringer. Behringer?
Oh, Berginger.
Yeah, that's the one. I think that's a German name. That's the brand of the audio mixer I use. So if anyone's wondering what mixer I use, there you go. If anyone's wondering what microphone I use as well, it's an Audio Technica. Because I know I'm going to have a lot of people ask me microphone. Because I've had it all the time online, where it's just like, your microphone's mega high quality. What is it? And like, it's just a headset. Audio Technica headset. Although I will say, if anyone's using this as a guide for equipment for recording, be aware it's expensive, and also be aware that you do need an audio mixer for my headset that I'm using. It won't work without one. So, or at least an audio interface. You don't really need a mixer per se. But
yeah, I get you.
Yeah. It's a lovely little thing, though. I mean, you could always just do what John's doing. I think you're using a Turtle Beach, aren't you, John? So.
How dare you?
Oh, well, okay. Well, you're not using a Turtle Beach. What are you using then?
I'm using a HyperX Red.
Wait, that is a Turtle Beach, isn't it?
No, it's not Turtle Beach.
What is it?
I have to find the correct name for it.
Okay. Because I do remember you used to swear by Turtle Beach, so that's why I assumed.
That was a long time ago.
To be fair, they aren't that good. Like, I bought a Turtle Beach headset back in the day because of how good they were revered.
I used the HyperX Cloud 2 Red.
Oh, okay. So there you go, if you want to know what headset he's using. Actually, that'll be cheaper than my headset as well. So if you want an alternate suggestion for a headset, there you go.
Plus, you can just detach the mic and take it on the go, listen to your music on the phone, whatnot. So it's portable as well.
Yeah, that's always a good feature. I like it when headsets have stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because that's not a thing I can do on my headset. My headset always has to be attached, so. But you know.
I have a mic as well, like a proper mic.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, what one? I actually did not know this.
I don't know.
Because I used to use a Blue Yeti microphone, which picked up everything on the fucking planet.
I don't know. I got a proper thing, but I can't really use it where I am.
Hey, I've been awarded a gamer pick.
I can look into that again.
Ooh, I guess. Well, if you find it and actually find out, let me know, because I'm curious.
Oh, it's right around the corner from me, I think. But
then I find out it's actually like a mixer microphone. It's like an Audio Technica, a really high quality, mega high end one. I'm just like, why aren't you not using this?
Yeah, it should be.
Well, like that uses a mixer as well, like an audio interface.
I got a small one.
Why don't you use that? Those are usually mega good quality, aren't they? I mean, mine's good quality because of that, so.
I probably have to look into it again, but reassure you, is my PC is really close and it picks up all the noise.
Oh, okay. So don't use it.
I have a bit of a problem there. But.
Well, you don't need it anyway. Your sound quality is more than good enough.
I did try it before, but I have to look into it again.
Yeah. I mean, alternatively,
I think it was when you were on about getting the. I was going to get a Technica headset.
Ah, right.
I got that one instead.
You should have just got the Technica headset, because you can at least hear from me what it sounds like.
Yeah, might have a look at see how much they are again. I know they're quite expensive though.
They are pretty dear. I think mine cost me around £150 to £200.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Might be worth the investment.
Granted, that was including, like, it was closer around £300–400 because I had my audio mixer as well. But God, I was thinking about picking up multiple of them for all of us when we were doing this as the Three Dragons. Oh, how times change.
Which would have been useful for me, but.
Well, not really, because you didn't have to take it home back then to do.
No, but I mean, if you did get one, it'd be a lot easier with the audio setup.
Yeah, it would have been easier for me to do the audio setup, because I wouldn't have to deal with Voice Meter Banana and doing all this audio cable stuff. No, I got rid of it. I do still use an audio, like a virtual cable on here. This is how you're seeing the video in real time without hearing yourself. But
I got rid of Banana though.
Yeah, I basically just grabbed a typical virtual audio cable because like a million times easier, and it doesn't have a chance of destroying my PC when I try to uninstall it. Because when Ben told me that, like, oh, he tried to uninstall it once and it basically broke his computer, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that because I don't want to reinstall Windows.
We kind of go off track, but
Oh, it doesn't matter if we go off track. People, it's like, the way I see it, if there's anything interesting to talk about in the game, we will. But right now, we're just going through the motions, I suppose, aren't we? Yeah, just chilling. Like, going off topic in playthroughs like this, I never consider that a bad thing. Like, that's actually part of the reason why I like certain commentary channels, because when there's reasons, when there's things to talk about, they'll talk about them. But they're not against rambling off into their own little categories.
we ramble anyway.
Yeah, we do ramble. Like, as long as we always go back to the main topic at hand, when necessary, it's not a big deal. It's all good. I think the textures in this version of the game have been done up slightly as well, because I don't remember this wall being quite so detailed. It still doesn't look great, but it does look better than the N64 version, I think. I could be wrong there. I could be wrong there. There could just be a filter over the original textures or something, but,